Hey guys, it's Dami, and today I'm going to be doing a product review on the Ozeri kitchen scale. And I was super excited when the company chose me to review this product because I had actually been wanting a kitchen scale for probably like a few months now. And the first kitchen scale that I had really wanted, it was completely different than this. It was really bulky, took up a lot of cabinet space, had a big bowl attached to it, and I am so glad I did not purchase that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my review on the kitchen scale now. And so this right here is the Ozeri kitchen scale. Very sleek, very modern, and very functional, and doesn't take up a lot of cabinet space. As a matter of fact, I keep this in my kitchen drawer. So this is, I'm going to, my bad, these are close. So there's a unit button. Okay, you have the unit button right here, and then you have the on, off, and the tare button, which I'm actually going to talk about in a minute. And I'm going to explain why, if you do purchase a kitchen scale, make sure that it has a tare. The tare is actually a feature. And to be honest with you, I'm really glad that I did receive this because I mean, like I said, I knew nothing about kitchen scale. So I didn't know what was good, what was bad, was just kind of reading reviews and stuff, and knew nothing about different functions on these things. But what I did was I asked two of my friends who have kitchen scales if I can actually compare this product to theirs, and they allowed me. Thank you. And I am going to say there are some products out there that cost a little more that don't have all the functions that this one does, which actually surprises me because I would assume that it does. So the first thing I'm going to show you that I absolutely love about this, okay, the battery. Now this takes 2 lithium batteries, which is included in this, by the way, and it's at the very back, okay. And before I turn this on, I want to tell you, because it happens like really, really fast, this kitchen scale will actually let you know how much battery percentage that you have left. Okay, I will show you the battery, and you'll be able to see if you have a full battery, half, a quarter, whatever. But it flashes really quick. I can see it from my end when it's on, but for you to see it, it's very difficult. So I want you to see it. It's going to be in your upper left-hand corner on this display screen. So, ooh, came off. Ooh, come on. The little thing came off. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to push it on, and remember, look in the upper left-hand corner. So you see that? That means I have half a battery left, and that's because I've been using this thing like literally almost every day. I actually use this for the Thanksgiving holidays, and I know my review is like way behind, So, like I said, I used it for the Thanksgiving holidays. I've been using it since then for like baking and just other cooking needs. It is perfect in every way. So I'm going to show you the unit button. It actually does everything. So if I press the unit button, I can measure something in grams, fluid ounces, pounds, let's see, milliliters, and all that. So it's awesome, and it will help convert. Like, I don't really know how many grams to ounces like to pounds and grams to whatever, but anyway, it's really awesome. So then I'm going to show you the awesome tare button, but before I show you the tare button, I want to explain to you a little bit about what that feature is, and because I didn't really understand it, I had no clue what it was. So, comparing this to one of my friend's kitchen scales, and she doesn't have a tare button on hers. She didn't even know what that was, and her kitchen scale was definitely pricier than this one. So, if you ever measure something, like, say for instance, you wanna you're baking with blueberries, right? And they say we need you to have get a cup of blueberries, okay? So you get like a little teeny bowl, you put your cup of blueberries in it. Well, when you weigh it, it's not only going to weigh the blueberries, but it's going to weigh the bowl as well. And so when it says a cup, it's actually going to read a little more than a cup or ounces or whatever. So what the tare feature does is that when you hit tare and you have that bowl on there, it is going to deduct the weight of the bowl and just tell you the weight of the, whatever food or whatever you have inside the bowl. Okay, so it won't have, 1 cup or, a cup and a half, however, much the bowl weighs. It'll just say a cup. And I absolutely love that feature because it didn't dawn on me that, yeah, when you're measuring stuff or you put it on the scale, it's not going to be accurate because it's also weighing the bowl or the plate or, whatever is holding the food. So another thing when you use the tare is that you can actually use it while you're adding or taking away. So, if you have like sugar or something like that, you can put the sugar in the bowl, you hit that tare button. If you need to add a little more and a little more, it will continue to weigh whatever you have while still deducting the weight of the bowl, plate, cup, whatever you have there. So that's an awesome feature. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what came with it because this is even much cooler than the scale. So, you have your little instruction booklet, okay? So you have that, but what I love, and this came with it, this is the book that came with it. It's a calorie guide and U.S. Postal First Class Letter Rate Guide. Now, when I first saw this, I was confused because I said, what does the post office have to do with a kitchen scale? So then I realized, well, it's a scale, so you can still use this if you, sending out letters or maybe small little packages, that's not huge packages, but, maybe a small little gift box or something like that. And I'm going to, before I go into the front, I'm just going to explain that because it's very simple, straightforward. So at the back of the book, it has the U.S. Postal First Class Mail Letter Rate, and this is as of January 27, 2013. So as you know, the rates are different, but you can always still use it. Like, you don't have to go by this, but it just tells you. So for example, say you have a postcard up to, and it goes from one ounce all the way to 16 ounces, which is, pretty heavy. So if you have, say for instance, 10 ounces, your postcard weighs 10 ounces, and you send it first class, it's going to be $2.92. It also tells you how much it's going to cost if you want to mail this to other countries. For instance, Canada, Mexico, Europe and Russia, Australia, Japan, Israel, China, Iraq, Afghanistan, India, and others. And then it has the U.S. Postal First Class Mail large envelope rate, okay? And that's just for the U.S. It doesn't tell you all the other countries and stuff. So I think that's pretty awesome, especially since, now we can just go online and we no longer have to go to the post office and get our stamps and if we want to put a tracking thing on it, we no longer have to go to the post office and have them do all that stuff. We can actually go online, print everything we need, stick it in our mailbox, put the little thing up, and have the post office pick it up, okay? So that's what I love. That's actually what I love about it, because I no longer have to go to the post office anymore, unless I'm, mailing a large package. So anyway, to talk about the calorie guide. Now, I'm not one to really count calories, to be honest with you. That is just not my thing. I can care less about calories, okay? I just, as far as dieting or, eating, staying healthy, I kind of just, balance my meals and just stay active. It's just not my thing. But for you guys out there who are into counting calories, this is such an excellent guide. I'm going to tell you, this is probably one of the best guides I have seen. It's amazing. So this goes from all foods, starting with the letter A, okay, to Y. I don't know why they don't have Z, because zucchini is a food, but they don't go to letter Z. It's just A through Y. So I'm going to tell you, this has every food you can imagine, okay? From fruits to vegetables to bagels to pizza. So for instance, like even meats and everything. So I'm going to just start up for the first one. Even alcoholic beverages. It's insane, okay? So like for example, it will tell you a description, okay? So I'm going to do this right quick. if you guys can see, put this up here. It gives you the description. Then it tells you the common measurement, and I can stretch this. And it tells you the calories per cups. So, for example, alcoholic beverage, it will say distilled all, and then it'll have gin, rum, vodka, whiskey, 90 proof. Common measure is 1.5 ounce, and it tells you that that's 2.63 calories per gram. Whereas if you have an alcoholic beverage that's distilled all gin, rum, vodka, whiskey that's only 80 proof, it's going to be 2.31 calories per gram. This is insane. So then it goes to like apples and stuff like that. They even have bread. So Italian bread, one slice of Italian bread would be 2.71 calories per gram, okay? They'll have French or Vienna bread would be like a half a slice of that would be 2.89 grams. They have cake in here, angel food cake, Boston cream pie cake, commercially prepared cake with chocolate frosting, candies, even if you have candies, everything ranging from a Kit Kat bar to like fudge and you know, there's chocolate almonds, Hershey Kisses, beverages like ginger ale. If you're somebody who drinks a 12-ounce can of ginger ale, like me, that's 0.34 calories per gram. Not that I count, but I'm just saying. Cereals, chicken, okay, cheesecakes, and when I say chicken, I mean all kind of chicken. I'm talking broiled chicken, baked chicken, raw chicken, stewed chicken, canned chicken, fried chicken, like seriously. And then they'll even tell you what part of the chicken, like giblets, light meat chicken, the neck, the thigh, the wing. It's absolutely insane, okay? Corn, crackers, foods that I've never even heard of. Oh, and then they even go to entrees. So, for example, say you want a fish fillet, breaded, battered or breaded and fried. They'll tell you that. Donuts, bread with egg, hot dogs, fast foods, okay? It even tells you fast food. So if you're somebody who likes fast food like McDonald's and Burger King and all that stuff, a single cheeseburger, regular patty with condiments. Then it has regular patty plain, chimichangas, it's insane. A croissant with egg, cheese, and bacon. So what we call it in New York, a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's really what it is. A bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant. How many calories that is. French toast sticks. Hot dogs with chili, shrimps, all kind of fish. Flounders, haddocks, salmon, pollock, swordfish, tuna, fruit cocktails. Let's see. Like I said, all type of meat, lamb, all that stuff, different beans, nuts. Let's see. What else they have? Like I said, they got pizza in here too. Pizza. So they'll have like cheese topping, regular crust, frozen or cooked. They have just all this stuff. And like I said, oh, for potatoes, French fried, all types with salt, or frozen, home prep, oven heated. So this is pretty much what they're saying is frozen French fries. 10 strips of those is 1.64 calories per gram. So as you guys can see, they have, I mean, this is insane. They have pages, at least, I mean, 64 pages. That's how many is, and it's just all types of stuff. So this is excellent for somebody who's trying to count calories. I can care less, but I just think it is really cool. I know my husband absolutely loves this because he started the whole counting calorie thing, or at least he's trying to. Although he's still going to Bojangles and Popeyes, but he's counting calories. So anyway, this is an awesome book. Absolutely love it. And like I said before, I'm kind of behind on this review. But the good thing about it is that Christmas is just around the corner. And so what I love about this is that if you are cooking at home, it won't take up much space on your counter. If you're traveling and you're going to be assisting other people in the kitchen for the holidays, you can bring this with you. It is accurate. Like I said, I've tested it with compared it to other kitchen scales, and it's very accurate. Absolutely love it. And I'll put it this way. I never really thought that owning a kitchen scale was such a big deal, especially because I'm not a big cook. But I just think this is something that every person should have in their home. It's not a lot of money. It's really not that expensive, honestly, and it's going to last you, pretty much forever. So I definitely highly recommend that everybody has this in the kitchen, especially if you're like me and you like to bake and, you read these recipes online where it says you need this many grams of this and you have no clue what that is because nothing in your kitchen says grams on it. It's just cups, spoons, stuff like that, ounces. You don't have any tools that tell you how many grams something is. So it's just easy, especially if you're going to be baking a lot of stuff, if you're cooking a lot of different things. It gets really hectic in the kitchen, especially when you have like 50 million, measuring cups and spoons like me and then have to wash all those dishes later. And so you can just get your bowl, hit that unit button and tell them, you need, and see how many grams of whatever you have. Use that tare button because you want to make sure that you're not weighing that bowl, plate, or, cup as well. So that's my review of the Ozeri kitchen scale. I love this thing. I'm telling you, I want to thank the company for allowing me to review this because this is awesome. And I'm just really glad I didn't go ahead and purchase that big bulky one. Like I said before, it's not that expensive. It's a very reasonable scale. And with the holidays coming up, I mean, if you don't have one, I highly recommend that you get this. I really do, especially if you're somebody who likes counting calories. This is great for everybody. Somebody who has any type of, medical issues, if you have to watch what you eat and you have to diet, if you're somebody who's, into fitness and everything. So it's not just necessarily for anybody who's just, counting calories and dieting, but it's also a good way to see exactly how much of something you should be eating. That's what kind of excited me about this book. Not so much because of the calories. If you think about it, in this country, we actually eat a lot more than we should. You go to other countries, and when you go to a restaurant, you don't get all that food on your plate. You just don't, and people come here and say, oh my goodness, you people eat a lot. And I started eating only when I'm hungry, so I don't do the whole breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, brunch. I don't do all that stuff. I just eat when I'm hungry. That could be once a day. That could be twice a day. It's whatever my body tells me, And so this is excellent to know because, for example, and I just going to say this, for example, they have different kind of cereals in here. So they have like Captain Crunch, which I love. I know it's not healthy for me, but I love it. Yeah, it's really not healthy for me. That has the most calories per gram. Oatmeal. So for example, like oatmeal, ready to eat Quaker toasted oatmeal cereal, Honey Nut. And it tells you the common measure, which is how much you really should be eating, is a cup. Or like the Captain Crunch cereal. Now, I get a big old bowl and I dump the cereal in there and just pour my milk all over it. It's so yummy. And it tells me I should really only be eating 3/4 a cup, which is actually insane because I probably eat 5 times that amount. So, it's really not healthy. But yeah, I absolutely love this, even when it comes to your meat. So if you guys are starting to, or you want to start eating healthy and kind of, start eating smaller portions and stuff like that, this is excellent to go by because if you want to have your meat, your veggies, your rice or whatever, you can kind of measure how much, and, each person. Now, of course, I just want to say this. One of the things I don't like about this is because everybody's body is different, and so, how much food that I would need to intake is going to be completely different than what my husband needs to intake because he's a man, Two, he's bigger than I am, and so I think a lot of people forget that. You know, you can't really take this and base this on everybody's meal, but it's a really good start. But like I said, absolutely love the scale, love the book that came with it. Definitely will be using it, and definitely will be using it as far as sending out like different stuff to the post office, because as you guys know, I do giveaways. And so, you know, if it's something as simple as like a book or just anything, I no longer have to go to the post office and have them weigh in and do all the packaging. I can do everything right from my house. So I love that. So what else do I have to say? Absolutely nothing. I think I went over everything pretty much. Yeah. So, like I said, this is the product, the Ozeri kitchen scale. Did I just turn it off? No. The Ozeri kitchen scale. And like I said before, I highly recommend, if you do not have a kitchen scale in your home, whether you cook every day or cook once a week or once a month, just get it, okay? I mean, seriously, this thing has literally saved me. I can't tell you how many dishes I would use, or just measuring cups and spoons and stuff. I can't tell you. I dreaded it, because then I'd have to wash all those dishes, you know, or just run my dishwasher all the time, which I hate doing. This just makes it very simple, because you can use one bowl. All you got to do, rinse it out, put your next, you know, foods in it. And, I mean, less dishes, less hassle. You know, it's just much easier. So make your life easier. Get the Ozeri kitchen scale. I'll put the link to the product at the bottom, and I definitely want to thank the company for allowing me to review this, because I'm definitely putting it to use. It's so dirty, it needs to be cleaned off, and I'll definitely be using this for Christmas. I'm really excited. So yeah, but anyway, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to be reviewing some more videos soon. So thanks for watching.